In tonight's battle, Blake the chef takes on Poolboy Peter in a 3-round contest at Zoo Bar. Each round is a challenge carefully designed to test a player's ability to seduce women in a real-life battlefield. Across town at Kai Lounge, our expert panel of pickup commentators, Alan, Sheldon, Peaches and Chris, will closely critique each player's performance and crown a single champion. The prize, a spring break party vacation to Daytona Beach, Florida, courtesy of Breakaway Tours, a keys to the VIP Champions Ring, courtesy of Titanium Era, and an epic VIP event for the champion and his closest friends at Embassy Nightclub. Let's take a closer look at tonight's players. Up first, Blake the chef.
What's up, fellas? My name's Blake Tracy. I'm a professional chef, and welcome to my kitchen. The number one key to being a chef is confidence and the ability to adapt to change. And I think that really relates to picking up girls because, let's face it, you got to really be on your toes, you got to know how to improvise, and you really got to be putting your best foot forward at all times. And everyone knows the fastest way to a woman's heart is through her mouth. I'm the ultimate player because I'm a very genuine guy, and a lot of guys these days go out there with a lot of pre-rehearsed stuff, and I'm here to prove that sometimes honesty and being yourself can really be the upper hand. The weakest part of my game is that I do have the fear of going up to the chicks. Everybody's got it, and it's a really hard thing to overcome, but you got to learn to just take that step and just do it. May the best man win, that's it.
Hey, let's see what we got, yeah.
I'm very concerned, and you know how I feel about these blue-collar workers, the guys who serve me my food in the restaurant. I mean, look at him. He's nervous, he's skittish, he's afraid to approach women. I think he's going to get blown out of the water tonight. Peaches, what do you think?
I think you better not eat at his restaurant because you're going to be in trouble. You know, the thing about it, he's used to preparing things that are easy to digest. I just hope he doesn't prepare something that makes me want to throw up.
Well, I'm a little bit worried because he said the weakest part of his game is approaching women. And this show's all about the approach, so things are looking a little scary for him, to be honest. This is not a kitchen, this is the fire.
Well, that's what makes him a nice guy, and I actually really like Blake. I'm going to be in his corner here because, you know, he's got the whole David Beckham look going on, but he's got this really gentle disposition. And with chefs liking the finer things when it comes to food, I think he's going to like the finer things when it comes to women.
All right, let's take a look at our nice competitor.
And now, Poolboy Peter.
Hey guys, my name's Peter. I've been a fan of Keys to VIP since day one. Now's my chance to show what I got. You know, before the club, I like to sit back with my people, hang out by the pool, cook a little chicken, good protein. Gets me in the zone for the club. As much as women bitch and complain about stinky hot men, they love it. Hot, sweaty dudes working construction, we know how to get it done. The reason I'm confident with women is because I've grown up with a lot of them. 2 older sisters, a mother. It's developed me into this fine character you see today. Tonight I'm here to prove to all the women that rejected me in the past that they made the biggest mistake of their life. What I think about Blake is a nice guy, but honestly he should stick to cooking because the only hot buns he's getting close to is in an oven.
All right, guys. I'm loving Peter. I'll tell you right now. He's arrogant. He's funny. He's relaxed. I think he's going to tear it up.
You know, this is a battle of 2 guys who are really good with their hands. Yeah. And you know what? I think the construction guy has a bit more appeal because, you know, women cannot go and have your meal right there in the club. So they want a guy who's just going to handle it right there.
You know, I like Peter. He's a lunch pail carrying, blue-collar guy. You know, he seems charming. I think he's going to do well tonight.
Yeah, he's that bad boy that you kind of want to root for a little bit. But I figured out why he's kind of got this thing where he needs to prove himself to women is because he was the baby growing up. And, you know, his sisters just dressed him up, put makeup all over him, put him into dresses.
All right, guys, we've got the blue-collar battle tonight. We've got the chef. We've got the construction worker. Let's check out the first game.
Coming up after the break.
But it's a little bit of a disaster right here. And that's my fault.
Meeting you. That's
Oh, zing. All right, guys, we've got the construction worker, we've got the chef. Chris, what's the first game?
It's all about the opening in Mr. Icebreaker.
Let's check it out.
In round 1, each player must demonstrate his most effective opening technique. Game on, boys.
Wow. Nice.
Well, he's definitely channeling Hell's Kitchen right there. He just said, you 2, over here now.
All right. You guys have gone over to a lot of people tonight, and I've watched you.
You watched me.
I did. I saw you earlier. I saw you guys kiss, okay, and I've seen you go around to every guy in this club. I did. Do you guys believe at love at first sight? You do?
I do. We don't believe in love.
Well, listen, I do not believe in love at first sight at all.
High five.
High five is right.
Okay.
But when I saw you guys kiss, I was like, that's pretty close.
He delivered that with more cheese than a large pizza, but somehow managed to pull that off.
My name is Blake. Okay, what's your name?
Diana.
Diana. Okay, Princess Diana. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Candace.
Okay, Candace. Nice to meet you. All right. All I want is your number, and we gotta hang out one time after this, okay? Princess Diana, what's your number?
416.
Princess Diana.
905.
Yeah.
Easiest number ever.
Oh boy! Wow! Seal it with a kiss.
Listen, I gotta go. I gotta chill with my friends here,
You
okay?
can chill with us.
What?
You can chill with us.
I can chill with you later if you like.
Now or never.
Okay, now let's go.
Oh my goodness!
Holy boy.
You know what? It was almost like it was some sort of game show, now or never. This is now.
It's fantastic. For the ice-breaking part of it, you know, it's very, 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 very cocky to do that. Be careful with doing this type of approach, but it worked fantastic for him.
You know, it'd be nice to be this lucky to have the foreplay happening in front of you. You know what I mean? So everything seems to be primed. He did a great job here. He showed so much confidence, which I love.
You know, clearly the chef prepared himself well. He saw an opportunity and he took full advantage. And how can you go wrong with 2 numbers, and he's got 2 girls right now.
Yeah, well, I'm just curious what kind of flavor he's going to have on his palate at the end of this commercial break. That was a fantastic first round for Blake. Let's take a look at our guy, Peter.
Ladies, how you guys doing today? I gotta tell you, you know JoJo's Psychic Alliance? That's my aunt. I swear to God. So, I gotta give you a palm reading.
I'll do you.
You gonna give me one?
I'll do you.
All right, it's gotta be quick because I gotta give you one after.
So right here, here's your love line.
Oh, you know this stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Well, I thought he had to come in and do her palm reading, and somehow he's split the script here, and she's reading his palm.
The crowd must be loud, because isn't JoJo black?
All right, sir. Here's my palm reading. Ready? Okay. See this? This is a beautiful little swoop to go with a beautiful little girl. I don't see any conflict, but I see a little bit of a disaster right here. And that's my palm.
Meeting you.
Oh! Zing!
After meeting me, there's a beautiful disaster, maybe in a week or 2. And after that, I see sandy beaches. You got a little bit of dirt on your hand. That's okay. How about I get your number and we go over my palm reading another time?
I'm not going to give you my number. That's like the quickest pickup ever.
What's your number?
I'm not giving you my number.
There you are. Why not?
I don't give out my number at bars. I really don't.
Take care.
He got hammered at the end there. Honest to goodness.
When a girl says no, she means no. So for all those guys watching out there, just take that to heart, because trust me, you'll be better off.
You know what? Clearly he was nervous. I can hear the nerves in his voice. And he said in his profile he's going to be calm and slow. And then he's like, can I get your number? So, I mean, clearly he's rattled today.
Chris? Okay, it's funny that I'm defending the bad boy here, but I actually think he did a great job to open, and that's what we're judging here. So, you know, he made it rush through it a little bit, but I think the rapport is there that he could come back to her later on in the night.
I don't think there's any question what the score is. 1-0 for Blake.
Yep.
Peter, he's got to step it up in this next game. Let's check it out.
Coming up after the break.
Not even a big one, but just a little peck on the lips, and I'm gonna go back there.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
His multi-part question has a one-word answer. No.
And when we return, Sheldon reveals the importance of listening to your surroundings. Pay attention. Class is in session. The subject, seduction.
Do you want a way to customize your opener for any girl at the bar? It's a sneaky move, but it's easy. All you have to do is listen. Remember, women aren't the most discreet of creatures. They love to talk, and talk loudly. So next time you're walking by a large group, listen in. Chances are you'll pick up something interesting that can be used to set up your endgame. Later that night, approach her out of the blue and use that information as your customized opener. Pretend to be a mind reader. Act like you've met before. Whatever. Whether you surprise her, charm her, or simply confuse her, it doesn't really matter. Because trust me, you'll have her full, undivided attention.
Guys, we saw a fantastic first game in the blue-collar battle. Sheldon, what's the next game?
We got freestyle. Blake's up first.
Let's check it out.
In this round, each player has 3 minutes to impress us with his unique seductive prowess. There's no rules this time, boys. It's freestyle.
Where'd you get that rose?
A nice gentleman made it for me.
Where?
I don't know, he disappeared.
He disappeared, eh?
Oh, they went to the bathroom or something. I don't know.
Was he a magician? Is he... Boom?
That's pretty impressive. Can you make me one?
I can make you something better than that. I could probably make you like a nice pasta and then put a little like tomato rose on it. And
Come on. Oh, yeah, baby.
Does that intrigue you or what?
Yeah.
Well, my name's Blake. What's your name?
Teresa.
Teresa?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Okay, listen, I want 2 things from you before I go back to my friends,
What's that?
okay? And this is very serious, okay?
Yeah.
I need your number so I can cook you the food someday,
Uh-huh.
okay? And I need a little, like not even a big one, but just a little peck on the lips. And I'm gonna go back there.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
His multi-part question has a one-word answer. No.
A kiss on the cheek.
It's not cheek ass, but that's
Cheek. All right. How about neck?
No.
Cheek.
Yes.
Lips.
No.
All right, cheek. Give me your number, cheek.
Honestly, I don't give out my number.
You don't give out your number.
No. I'm so sorry.
Well, don't be sorry. I can
Yeah.
deal with it. Well, it was nice
I
meeting
should
you.
take yours because I just don't feel comfortable giving my number out.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Okay.
But you gotta promise to call me.
I promise.
You promise?
I
Hey,
promise. Promise keeps their word. I do.
you do? Keep your word, eh? Okay, call me. I'm gonna make you the rose pasta. We're gonna have a very nice night.
Awesome. Okay, what's your number?
647.
Yeah? And you promise you're gonna make me pasta?
As long as you promise to call me, I promise to make you the pasta.
Blake.
Done. Nice meeting you. See you later.
Portuguese way, 2 kisses.
Oh, is that? Don't be greedy. 1 kiss where I'm from.
I don't think someone's getting a call.
Okay, 2 kisses.
All right, hon. Bye.
I love Blake.
The tail end of that should have been, I don't think someone's going to pick up the phone even if you do call. Chris, what are you thinking right now?
Well, I love this. Don't be greedy because save your appetite for later if you want that meal that we were talking about. I love this. I love her and I love what he did here because she's a beautiful girl and he was so calm, cool, and collected. He was able to throw jabs back at her and keep her on her feet. And I think what he did here was fantastic.
I think it was a brilliant job. He just got a little bit cocky, a little bit arrogant because the first round, I mean, you know, he probably doesn't have all the blood back in his brain yet. So I'm going to have to give him a mulligan here. You know?
What I saw was a guy with lack of patience and lack of frame control. He ended up having to give his number out and then pandering to her at the end of the pickup.
You know what? I tend to agree with you there. I think he got shot down. And even if he didn't get shot down, he's going to spend a lot of nights going like this. Oh, picking up the phone and going, Teresa? Is that you? I got that sauce ready. Let's take a look at Peter in the next game.
I love your girlfriend's hat, but I need an introduction. She is
Nada.
Nada?
Yeah.
I'm Yay Yay. If you're a Nada, I'm a Yay Yay.
Yay.
Okay, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Brutal.
That's so brutal. A girl who can pull off a fedora is a great girl in my eyes. You don't see many. You see a lot of, what is that, Lululemon pants?
Yeah.
You see a lot of shirts that shouldn't fit when they do. That's the worst, man. Oh,
That's hilarious.
You guys having a good time?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I gotta run out of here, but do you mind if I grab your number?
Yeah, sure.
What is it?
It's 905.
Yep. You guys have been the blast of my night. You know what else is brutal? I forgot your name.
Oh, that's terrible. That, well,
Oh, no, hold on.
What?
Nada.
Yes.
Because I'm Yay Yay.
Yeah.
Nada. It's a pleasure
Wait,
to
but
meet
what's
you.
your name?
Peter.
Peter.
Did I tell you my name?
No, you said Yay Yay.
You guys have a great night.
You
Take care.
It's almost like you could see the gerbil running on the wheel in his mind, eh? Nah.
He's basically stumbled into a pickup. It just looks so awkward and awful. Like, he didn't even remember her name, and he had to remind himself of what his name was because he was...
I will award this guy 0 points for bartering for a phone number, and this is exactly what it is. He's going to find himself in friend zone. That's it. It's 0 points.
Like, he's really just a pussycat. He's not that bad boy that he claimed to be in his profile, and he did stumble through this pickup. That's the thing about freestyle. It either brings out the best in guys and the creativity, or it brings out mundane stuff like this. And I think Blake definitely deserves a point here.
You know what? Let's call it. What are we thinking? Maybe 0-0?
I'm thinking 0-0.
All right, let's take it.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Half
come
point,
on.
half point.
Half point for who?
He gave his number to a gorgeous girl that's waiting for
Peter's
a
waiting
nice
for the
Romeo.
sauce to cook up. No points. Let's
0
go into-
points,
Let's
yeah.
go into the last round. It's 1-0 for Blake. Still anyone's game, and let's check it out.
Coming up after the break.
Do they have a mirror at your friend's house or what?
A mirror?
A mirror.
No.
And later, the exciting conclusion to tonight's battle.
All right, guys, it's been a fantastic blue-collar battle so far. It's 1-0 for Blake. Beaches, what's bringing us home?
We got recovery. Let's see how these guys negotiate a minefield.
All right, let's check out Blake.
In this round, each player must initiate a pickup with a creative insult. Good luck, boys.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Blake.
Stacy?
Nice to meet ya. Hey, where'd you come from? Like your friend's house or your house or what?
My friend's house.
Your friend's house.
Yeah. Trench
Do they,
Canadian.
do they have a mirror at your friend's house or what?
A mirror?
A mirror.
No.
Why the are you guys wearing so much makeup?
No way.
Not in a bad way. Hey, so why so much makeup? What the you're covering like
Because we feel pretty in it. And
Oh, it's too hot, Blake.
Yeah.
Don't keep on grinding it in there. Like, what's going
This
on?
is beyond spicy. This is food poisoning.
I gotta say, like, I think if you wore a little less makeup, you might be a little.
well, that's your personal opinion.
It's not. I don't mean to insult you, but
You
it's.
walk by girls randomly in the bar just to insult them? Because I
No,
find it a little
I didn't
rude.
mean to. No, I didn't mean to insult you. I'm just trying to. It's like a. It's almost like it's called a backhanded compliment. It's really a compliment because you're very beautiful underneath your makeup.
Well, this is like the pile driver of backhanded compliments. Like he went off the top ropes here.
Yeah, but I could see it.
Yeah, like,
Makeup.
we'll have a good night. So you just came by to insult us all? And
No,
then
no, no,
that's
no,
it?
no, no.
Have a good night. We're done here.
Have a good night.
I love watching guys get humiliated. And honestly, that was the best 2 minutes. I didn't even think we were watching Keys. For a minute there, I thought we were watching Cops. That was an unbelievable beatdown.
He left that neg in the oven for too long and he got burned. Blake, unfortunately, we hope that you would have a little bit more of an understanding of psychology and how to be subtle with things, how to have your body language speak volumes. But unfortunately, he wasn't calibrated right and he got the results that he deserved.
Yeah, you know, I feel like the father who sat there helplessly watching his son get pummeled in his first hockey fight. And you can't do anything because the glass is there. And I'm behind the TV here watching this. I know he can do so much better. Oh, I'm disappointed.
You know, a chef said that if you know what enough is, it's as good as a feast. And you know what? Unfortunately, Blake didn't realize when enough was enough, and he just took it way too far.
Well, the door's been open for Peter slightly, so I think he's got a shot if he does something spectacular. Let's check out Peter.
Sorry, I had to let video cameras take over for a little bit. How you guys doing? I'm good. I gotta tell you, I hate your top. I absolutely hate it.
Why?
I know. It's really rude to come out and say that.
That's okay. Why? I like your job.
He did it with a smile.
When you do it properly, not only can you insult a woman, but she'll reassure you that that's okay.
How do you feel about my top?
Hate it, eh?
Yeah? Well, I hate yours.
Why?
There's only one
Why?
reason. Because I have this friend that owns a shop on Queen Street, and you will look 10 times better in this shirt he just put out today.
Oh, we're so
I know.
Wait, you're like this walking billboard, eh?
I'm thinking that we need to get together for lunch or something on Queen Street, and I will show you this shirt, and you will thank me
What
for
do they
it.
look like?
It's a low cut in the front, not too low. When it comes around, it has a tie at the side with one of those old school buckles.
You know what's funny? This is the tap dancing portion of
You're asking a construction guy to describe fashion. This is tough.
And he's doing it quite eloquently, which is so surprising.
How much are these shirts?
The shirt's nothing. You just guys gotta just meet me for lunch and we're good.
And so then we're going to be walking billboards.
Oh, yeah.
You shop at Queen Street?
I love Queen Street. I'm born on Queen Street. So ladies, I gotta run out here, but do you mind if I grab your number? We'll get together sometime?
We can do that.
What is it?
905.
I love it. Marina. You guys take care. It's a
Yeah,
pleasure
thanks for
meeting you.
meeting.
Talk to you soon.
You know what? Hold on. We had our friend Peter. He came in like a lion. I think he might be leaving like a lamb a little bit, but he did a great job in this game. He got the number. Who do you think won this particular round?
Blake did such a horrible job that there's no way he could have recovered and got a point out of this. And you know what? Peter did a great job. He was consistent and he got a number.
I would say Peter did an adequate job here. I think there was a lot of bartering going on for this phone number. But yeah, I agree. Peter did a better job here.
He's going out, buying numbers, purchasing friendships. It's not a good look. I'm sorry, Peter. You're a nice guy, but it's not acceptable with my standards.
We're judging Blake against himself at this point.
Yes.
Yeah. Chris?
Peter's a lot of fun. I was almost confused at times as who was the nice guy here. But I think when it comes down to game, Blake takes the edge. He proved throughout the night that the girls that he's approaching are of a very high caliber. And that's undeniable.
Nothing in this game has toppled the first round of Blake's.
Yeah.
2 women, and the lady said, you're going to go right now. He disappeared for a little bit and still made it back to finish the next 2 rounds. It's straight up Blake the winner.
When I look at the 2 guys and I want to pick a wingman, I favor Blake. Peter's a great guy. Enough respect to you. Keep your wallet in your pocket, buddy. Blake's the winner for me.
I mean, this guy's cool, calm, collected, under fire. He did a great job tonight. I raised my glass to him. Blake, enjoy the VIP experience, the ring, the trip, and the fruits of round 1's labor. Cheers, buddy.
Congratulations, Blake. Enjoy your party vacation, your Keys Champions ring, and your VIP experience.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Damn.